Impact. We're not the late late show. We're not the late show. We're not the sort of late, kind of late late show. We're just sort of kind of late. I'm your host, as always, Chad Ford. Joining me is the Duncanish one. He's Zach.
The punctual one?
Hey, I was punctual. I fell asleep exactly as I intended to. It's not my fault. The monkey got my PDA fucked around. It's supposed to be show then sleep, not sleep then show. That's not my fault. I've been sleeping in 3 to 4 hour bursts. Last night was the first time I got 5 hours of sleep. And I'm like, oh, this is so good. I slept for like 5 hours. And then I realized it was like 6:30 when I got up. I'm like, oh no, this is awful. I only got 5 hours. And then like I had this big plan. I knew I was going to be asleep way too soon tonight. So I was like, I'm gonna take a nap-a-rooney around 3 o'clock. Then the Cavaliers hopped in on a trade, and I'm like, well, I guess that's not happening. So I had to cover the Cavs. And I was like, I'll get some sleep from 7 to 9. Or 7 to 8, get a little cat nap. But then dinner and everything that was going to go into dinner fell apart. And then I had to go get dinner. And I was like, ugh. So by the time I'm done eating, it's 8 o'clock. I'm like, ugh, God, all right. It's just no point in even trying at this point. I can probably stay awake. And then like I get to 9 o'clock and I'm like, I need coffee. And I send a text to Zach, like, I need coffee. I'm going to close my eyes real fast, though. I blinked.
That part he left out.
I blinked. All right? I blinked. Half an hour later, I'm like, that was a long blink. So then, here I am. Nearly an hour later. We are going to truncate this episode a little bit, partly because I feel bad for making Zach wait, but also not because it's only 9 o'clock where he lives, and because the pandemic has changed everything, it's not exactly like he's got to be up early.
Fun fact, actually.
Oh, okay.
I have a plane to catch early in the morning.
Where are you going? You don't have a life outside of this show.
I'm going to Texas for a wedding.
How ironic. Did you think about driving?
I did, and decided that we would just fly instead.
Apparently, my way isn't good enough for you.
Yeah.
And to think about all the adult emporiums you're going to miss out on. Seriously, once you get off the paid interstate, man, that's all there is. Adult emporiums and gas stations. And I'm just like... And it's all the Midwest of America, so it's not like you're going to be seeing much difference. Oh, look, it's the nothing in Indiana, the nothing in Illinois, and granted, I was only in the nothing of Iowa for about 10 minutes because of how close proximities were. But it's the nothing of Iowa. And then I get to Ohio, and it's like, oh, it's the nothing of Ohio.
Yep. It would be the nothing of Missouri. I don't know that I've ever actually been further south than Missouri, though.
You mean Missouri?
Missouri.
Hey,
Model.
Missouri. Down here in Missouri, we mirror our models. Although technically that's a Texas. Because JBL's from Texas.
Yeah.
So it'd be Iowa, Missouri, Oklahoma.
Nope. Arkansas. Arkansas. Well, I guess it would be.
Because it depends on which side of the river.
Crossover. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're just going straight down the south, it would be Iowa. I don't even. You wouldn't hit
Yeah,
Missouri.
it would
if
be
you're just going
Iowa.
south.
It would be straight down south. Would be Missouri,
Kansas.
Arkansas, then Louisiana.
To go to Texas?
Well, no, I was just saying straight down south. I don't know where I would cross into Arkansas if I would not Arkansas, Oklahoma. I didn't
Oklahoma's
look
right
at a
above
map.
Texas.
I mean, I know it's right above Texas.
Where in? Give me a major city that you're by. You don't need to be specific, but like
That I'm by or that I'm going to.
the second one.
We're flying into Dallas.
Okay, so that's pretty much fucking west easternmost. It's the biggest city on, I think. So yeah, you would go. Where the fuck is Kansas?
Kansas is west of Missouri.
But you're in Iowa.
Correct.
Why would you be? You would just go straight down. I'm so confused. I'm Googling this fuck off. I need to know. I need to know, god damn it. Oh, this is infuriating. Oh, so Missouri is right underneath Iowa.
Yes, that's what I said.
Shut up. All right, so you would go through, you would cross Missouri from northeast to southwest. Then you'd go through Oklahoma. And then you'd enter Texas. So you wouldn't go through Arkansas or Mississippi or Kansas. Actually, you do kind of go into Kansas a little, I think.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I think like you're kicking the crotch of Kansas. It's a 13-hour fucking drive. You know, I am thinking it's like
flying.
yeah, I'm thinking it's like 4 hours.
I didn't think it was 4 hours.
I did.
I thought, damn, we should probably fly.
I keep forgetting how much nothing there is in Texas. And apparently in Missouri now, too.
Nothing. Yeah. I like that I've zoomed out on this Google map so far that even St. Louis isn't on there.
Well, St. Louis is hiding because it's a shithole.
Yeah.
Watch out for Randy Orton. All right, so we got a show.
We got a show. Here we are.
Got a show.
This is it.
We are going to fly through Impact, the Prime show. The Prime show. The mainline Prime Universe show. Because we also have Genesis review and Hard to Kill to preview. So I'm going to run through Impact real fast, and then in about 90 seconds, if you have anything else you'd like to add or any comments you want to make, you can do so. But otherwise, here we go.
Okay.
Kimberly defeated Taya Valkyrie after Susan. Right? Susan? Is that her name?
Yes.
Susan.
Because we still care about this for some reason.
And she looks completely different, so that's the thing, I guess. Whatever. Hi, I'm Susan. I'm not going to deny it. I love the whole James Mitchell. So she's back. Well, that was great. Then we got Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers talking some junk. And then we got Tony Khan insulting Impact, Access TV, and all of the viewers' sensibilities with that awful 2021 fucking sunglass bullshit. Chris Bay and Rohit defeated Mannequin Suicide after a manic episode. That joke wasn't half bad. Wasn't half good either. I love those two old fuckers. I think Suicide is Caleb.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Because he did do the role of Suicide before, so at least that's allegedly. We then get Rosemary telling Taya that she should prepare for the knockout title match against Hard to Kill instead of joining her at ringside for a match against Tennille. Rosemary assures that she has a plan, a crazy plan at that. Dana and Joe Doring defeat Tommy Dreamer with Cousin Jake. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it was Dana with Eric Young and Joe Doring. I thought it was a tag team match. My bad. Is DQ, the big DQ. It's a thing. We then get the unveiling of the Knockouts Tag Team titles. But we already saw these, so it's not an unveiling. It's just them being there.
Yeah.
Like, you can't sit here and go, hey, you see all these photos or trailers we've been showing of this movie? Yeah. Well, on Sunday, we're going to show you the premiere of the trailer. You've been showing us the trailer, though. Yeah, but this is the official premiere. Whatever. The tag title match is Havoc and Navia versus Cash Steels and Kira Hogan. Did not see that one coming. Brian Myers confronts D'Amore and demands more opportunity, and Josh Alexander gets involved to stir up their unresolved issues. D'Amore sets up a match between them at a later date. Back in the ring, Tennille and Caleb LeCade take on Rosemary. Rosemary gets the win after Crazy Steve shows up and does some crazy shit. We then get Moose versus Matthew Palmer. Matthew Palmer's having a bad day. Moose defeats him by a referee stoppage. Then we got Carl Anderson versus Rich Swann in the main event. Swann defeats Carl Anderson. And then the good guys, including the Machine Guns, get their asses kicked by the bad guys. And that is Impact in about 3 minutes. It was also the last Impact, my dear Zachary, that will feature Madison Rayne and Hush Hashues.
Ooh.
Yes. It was announced today that Josh Matthews will be taking a executive producer role backstage. I like to believe that that's just their way of saying that he's going to be drinking his schnapps off screen now.
Finally.
Yeah, when I was in the WWE, I got to book and Jerry Lawler feuds. I made him drink toast. All right, I'm sure you did, Josh. I told the Hulk Hogan to call it the Superdome. No, I'm sure you did, Josh. I'm this man's favorite announcer. Oh, I bet you are, Josh. He loves him his schnapps. So he's going to be doing a backstage executive producer bullshit, which is actually not unsurprising. I read somewhere, or maybe even it was in an interview I did, where they said that Josh was extremely heavy in the backstage stuff and that he was doing essentially the TV stuff in terms of the play-by-play just out of, some type of obligation, but he didn't want to keep doing it, but they just kept having him do it, and I'm like, all right, cool, but why not replace him then with someone else, and that'd be cool. And
Anybody,
anyone, go get Scott Hudson. I love me some Scott Hudson. And then they also announced that alongside Josh Matthews taking the promotion, Madison will be revealing her future at Hard to Kill. Now, it's already been leaked that Madison Rayne is leaving the wrestling business entirely to take a private sector gig, if you will. Who knows what it is? I don't think she can get paid, though, for being a pain in the ass to her husband. Although she would take that job. I'm sure.
she would, and Josh would pay it to keep her around.
Well, God knows, not going to make that joke. So they are formally announcing that at Hard to Kill and going forward from there on henceforth and so on and so forth in perpetuity. Actually, perpetuity is the wrong word because perpetuity actually means previous time as well, but it's not the case here. Replacing Josh Matthews and Madison Rain, my dear Thackeray, is none other than D'Lo Brown on color commentary
Okay.
and Matt Stryker.
There it is.
I've only been asking for this for 3 years. This is very
Right?
I'm very happy Impact finally got my Christmas letters.
I'm on board. I think D'Lo did color commentary with Josh at some Impact Plus event or something,
He's
or
done
maybe
it
it's just a Twitch event.
He's done it a few times.
Yeah,
He did it.
and
He did it at I think actually the one in Iowa with Pentagon is like Iowa No Fear Iowa or Zero Media Iowa or something like that. And then I think he did
Possibly.
one in the end of 2019. Because it was the one that featured Sawyer Fulton getting knocked the fuck out by AC Romero, I think.
yeah.
And I was like, God damn, that AC Romero, he has no business being in a wrestling ring. And then he was brought back. I think it may have been the pre-Bound for Glory show in 2019, maybe.
I believe it was. I believe you're right.
So, it's definitely, and Stryker's done some commentary work backstage, and he's, very famous for doing stuff with Lucha Underground, which the first 2 seasons were, chef kiss. It's so good. I love me some Matt Stryker. I always have. I love that he brings this baseball-like flair to his commentary. And he makes the most mundane things seem so much more impactful.
Yeah.
And yet people don't like him, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't get that either. I guess Matt Stryker is very much the wrestling geek or wrestling nerd that got the gig to be the commentator, and he just loves it. And for some reason people hate him for that. I don't understand why. And I like your analysis of him being like having the baseball commentator aspect to him. It's like it's great, and unlike Josh, who will go out of his way to not make a wrestling reference and instead make a other sporting reference because wrestling's not a sport. Thanks, Josh, you schmuck. Matt Stryker's all about it. Matt Stryker will pull just millions of old school wrestling lore from his mind and will just run with it, and it's beautiful.
I don't remember what it is he did or didn't do or didn't say or could have said. But during Genesis, Josh went so far out of his way to make a non-wrestling point that it would have been easier and more accurate to make the wrestling point. I was live tweeting at 4 a.m. because, again, not sleeping. What else am I going to do? Let's see if I can find it. There's a thread somewhere. Let's see.
Well, I mean, the first, I'm not sure what it was, but it doesn't surprise me. I just remember, I think it was the last time Don Callis was commentating with him. Don Callis made a remark of one wrestler is always has a game plan, is always thinking. He's like, he's like a modern day Nick Bockwinkel. And then Josh chimed in real quick. He's like Bill Belichick. Shut the fuck up, Josh.
He does.
Have some fucking pride in your profession.
He does so much work to not do any work. Like if he actually, I can't even describe his mentality. But as a commentator, you're supposed to help build the universe. If you got Jazz and Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace is a grappler with some great, and you can build her up with like 6 fucking words. You know, Jordan Grace has got grip strength like no one else. Boom, you just defined her character. You know, Jordan Grace's low center of gravity will allow her to do power moves that other women won't be able to do. Boom, defined her abilities. Like, fucking Christ, man. This is what got me. It was during the Knockouts match, and I tweeted out, Josh Matthews doing a monotone delivery through this Knockouts match, not putting anything over, is why fans hate this his commentary. He telegraphs the match, finishes due to this. And, like, you don't need to be Jim Ross. Oh, my God! Oh, my God! Kick out too! You don't need to be that guy. But when you're going, you know, like you're... So Jordan Grace and Jazz, they lost the tag and kick out at 1. Went over to Trader Joe's the other day. Saw a werewolf drinking coffee. That's a 2. Kick out at 2. Madison, have you ever gotten your hair blown out by a werewolf hairstylist? That was an airfall. I'm telling you, they do amazing work. And it's like, wow, you are doing no one any good. And this motherfucker's getting a promotion?
I do remember there was some call in that match that he completely missed or he called it completely wrong. Like Jordan hit Jazz with one thing, but he said it looked like he hit her with something completely different. I was like, you don't know.
I think it was like a gut wrench, and and Jordan hooked the leg, and Josh is like, that was a throw by Jordan Grace, and I'm like, huh? How high are you? So not gonna miss him whatsoever.
No.
The flowing elegance of Matt Striker couldn't come soon enough. And, like, D'Lo to me is a non-factor. Like, I don't care either way. Like, if you just said it's going to be Matt Striker calling every show by himself, I would have been like, that's cool. Like, it was the only reason to tune into the Lucha Underground commentary. Well, that and Vampiro running up and down the fucking ring. Oh my God! Have you seen that? Right, you've seen that with Vampiro sprinting.
Yeah, when Angelico's dive. Yeah, of course I saw that.
May we all have a hype man in our life like Vampiro. That would. Oh God. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Let's talk Genesis. Did you see the Genesis?
I did.
Now, thankfully, we don't need to spend too much time on Genesis because they gave us 6 matches to start the show, or 4 matches to start the show. No, I was right, 6 matches, and they're all part of the X Cup, so we can just breeze through these. Ace Austin defeated Sue Connolly. Sualonly. Solid match. That's about all I can say about it. Blake Christian defeated Casey Navarro. I think we've seen Blake Christian before, but this is the first time I remember seeing Casey Navarro, and I really liked Casey Navarro. And I'm like, oh, wow, this dude's definitely going to win. And then he lost.
Right? I believe both Blake Christian and Casey Navarro were on last week's Impact, where in the 4-way with Crazy Steve won. But yeah, going into the match, like just after their two promos, one, Blake Christian, all heart, generic as fuck.
Yeah.
The most generic babyface I've ever seen. Oh, I got win to put put food on the table. Blah blah blah. I don't fucking care. Casey Navarro cut a hell of a promo as the guy looks like he's about 15 years old, but he's got fantastic charisma. He's got fantastic in-ring character work, and it's great. And I was like, how did this guy not win?
That's a good question. So he was in two matches in 2019. Casey Navarro wrestled in the PPW Impact Wrestling One Night Only New Beginnings event. He lost a ladder match 6-way to Sean Carr, who retained his PPW Heavyweight Championship. Cody Vance, Mike Orlando, Sam Adams, and Tony Storm. And then on the following show, no, I'm sorry, not the following show. This is fucking 10 months later. They did another PPW match, but it was a 6-way scramble. It was Charles Mason, Deshaun Pratt, Evander James, Facade, and, of course, Navarro losing to Clutch Adams in another title match. So that was Casey Navarro's first outings with Impactorama. He did not do any matches in 2020. And then, of course, we know the two in 2021. Blake Christian, on the other hand... click. I think Casey Navarro is 22. Blake Christian is 23. Blake Christian had one match in 2019 and no matches in 2020. His match was at Impact All Glory, where he defeated Alex Zane and Mark Wheeler. So, yeah, they've both been in the Impact before. But I agree with you. Navarro was like cool as cucumber water, and Blake Christian was, hey, I work at the Wawa. Stock shelves in the third shift.
Casey Navarro is the first wrestler I've seen in a long time that will actually talk shit and make it interesting in the ring during a match.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, it's such a lost art for whatever reason. People are too interested in making the high spots, the highlight reels. It's just like, it's the little things where it's just him making fun of Blake Christian by like fake beating his heart during the match. It's just like, I like this. I like this kid.
He and Ace Austin would be a hell of a tag team.
He definitely reminded me of an Ace Austin, but with a better gimmick, or at least a better understanding of how to work the gimmick.
He reminded me of Sammy Guevara with a gimmick. Sammy Guevara with charisma.
Mm. Yeah.
I think Blake Christian was really good in the ring, though. I want to be very clear about that. Like, he may have been the best hand on the night.
Yeah, Blake Christian, character-wise, generic as hell, but in the ring, like, he is one of the more unique high flyers that have been around in the past couple of years. Like, nothing, I don't know that anything he did, like any combinations or anything he did was like, it was all very unique and very different.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. So, my favorite match, don't know why, was the Cousin Jake Daivari match. I absolutely adore this match, especially the part where Cousin Jake, crotched himself on the outside to run in to try to smack down on Daivari, and he did that leap into the ropes, and you can tell like he slipped a little bit, and he got his dangle on the lower rope. I was like, oh no, Cousin Jake, why'd you do that? And he's just like clutching his junk like in the Euro Trip with the little robot dude. He's like, my balls, my balls.
Error.
Oh, he's just a robot trying to make a living for his little robot family. Oh, here's a fun fact. You made out with your sister. I can fucking go with that movie all goddamn day.
That's such a good movie.
So I like this, and I actually kind of got, I guess we can call them false pregnancy labors, because I really thought Cousin Jake was gonna win it all with this fight. Like watching him beat Daivari, I was like, oh my god, Jake's gonna win this all. Like holy shit, like he's gonna defeat fucking Ace Austin, then he's gonna defeat Chris Steve in the finals, and then he's gonna win the Super X Cup because he's shooting with Cody Deaner, and they're gonna get him all jacked up, and he's gonna be a fucking star. I know. I fucking put the cart before the horse
Yeah.
on an incline. So then the cart killed the horse.
This
Not
was
bad.
this was the second match in a row where I was like, okay, the guy who cut the better promo beforehand lost. Well, that's a shame.
Daivari walks in and he's like, yeah, the last time I was here. And I'm like, listen, the last time you were here, you were 23, looking 43. And now you're 36 with that extra 43 on your LBS. And it's all fucking muscle. Swolvari. I'm really glad they brought him back. Like, Daivari's one of those names, like, he and Kenny Dykstra, like, people don't realize they're super young still.
How young is Kenny?
35?
Damn.
No, I'm sorry. I was wrong. Well, he will be 35 in March. Yeah, he's only 34. That's some bonkersness, man. I wouldn't mind if he showed up in Impact. He's got a lot of potential still. He's only 34. Like, Stone Cold didn't win his first world title until he was 35.
He was 20 when the Spirit Squad debuted on Raw.
And Daivari was 19.
Fucking crazy.
Right?
Mikey!
Oh, Mike Mondo. I loved it. It was like Jason Jeter, I think was his name. Or,
Yep.
I think that was his name. And like Ken Doan were like, yeah, these are the next two big stars, and they're going to be in the Spirit Squad. And then you got Mitch and Mikey and Ziggy. Or no, it was Nikki. That's right, because Dolph Ziggler.
Yep.
And like,
Nikki.
yeah, Nikki. And I was like, oh, God, Jeter and Doan, when they finally split from the Spirit Squad and they had their feud, they're going to be U.S. champions. It's going to be so good. And then they fired Jeter like a week after they split up. And I'm like, what? What's left? Mitch? Who would have thought that was going to be Dolph Ziggler of all people? I certainly did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, bring in Ken Dykstra. Maybe even Mike Doan. I'd be fine with that. Crazy Steve defeated Trey Lamar. Trey Lamar accidentally kicked Crazy Steve's monkey.
Was that Trey or was that Blake Christian?
Maybe it was Blake Christian. Trey Lamar didn't do enough things to make me care about him to remember that he didn't do anything in this match against Crazy Steve, and then confused me for Blake Christian, even though they're completely different people. So Trey Lamar, you failed.
Trey Lamar looked very green.
He definitely looked like he was our rascal stand-in. So Trey, you're gonna be our stand-in rascal. Hope that's okay.
No, once you just sit in this chair, get a big scowl on your face, and then suddenly go thumbs up, thumbs up.
Trey, no, Trey, no. Okay. Thumbs up.
Best Treehouse segment. So good.
I know he's a piece of shit now, but I have a hard time debating on which one's funnier. Trey going thumbs up, or Dave Chris screaming, he's a ghost, when it comes to Pentagon. Like, those were great moments in Impact history, man. But Trey, man, thumbs up. You fucking see what happens? So Ace Austin then takes on Cousin Jake in the semifinal. I was heartbroken. Ace Austin wins. Cousin Jake does not get the push he so rightly deserves. I'm coming around on Big Nasty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. he needs some changes. Don't get me wrong. Like his
Right.
his vest and camo pants. But Big Nasty's a hell of a nickname. He's a hell of a worker. And Cody Deaner's getting a hell of a push. Plus, this huge 6-man tag match on Saturday is going to be awesome. So, like, why not? And you need fucking names. Like, you just lost fucking 3 of them. So, like, build up. Just a thought. Then Blake Christian kicked a monkey.
How dare you?
Right? I know he technically won, but we all lost. Kicked the goddamn monkey.
We did. We all lost.
What are you doing, kid? What are you doing? So kudos to both Ace Austin and Blake Christian, because like usually how tournaments go, you get the first 4, then you get the match. So it'd be like the first 4, then you would get Jordan and Jazz. Then you get the next 2, then it would be Willie Mack and Moose, then you'd get the main event. But they literally ran the first 6 matches back to back to back to back to back to back to back. So, yeah, you would have like Ace Austin, he wrestled in the first match, then he wrestled in the 5th match, but Blake Christian wrestled on the 6th match and the second match, something like that. And, then you had Cousin Jake wrestling this 3rd and 5th, and Trey Lamar the 4th and 6th. Like, man, like these guys are not getting a lot of time in between. So, kudos. I thought they did a really good job considering that they were just being like, it's like a fucking water park slide. Like you slide down and you're immediately back in line. It's impressive. So we then get Jordan Grace versus Jazz. Unlike other past matches where tag teams are like, I'm going to fight you. This one was like, I just got to know. And Jazz is like, all right, I'll show you. It ain't going to be pleasant, though. We're not nice guys. We don't wear white hats. I will always find a way to sneak in an Arn Anderson quote somewhere.
That's well, you should.
Right? This was a match I would describe as sloptastic.
Yes.
It was slow, sloppy, and meh, but still fantastic. Jazz is 48 people. She has been through the ringer several times. Her physical prowess in the ring is not what it could be, especially when you're facing someone like Jordan Grace, who is all sorts of athleticism at the moment. Power.
Mm-hmm.
She's got pride. She won't take nothing off of nobody. I forgot the goddamn line. I got pride. I got power.
I'm a badass mother who won't take no shit off of nobody.
One more time, Junior. I got pride. Say it again. I got power.
I have power.
And then he walks away and he's looking around. Junior? That's basically Jordan Grace at this point. So it was kind of sloppy because Jazz is 48, keeping up with a 25-year-old who's as strong as a fucking dude. And Jazz is like, listen, I don't fucking do this shit no more. Right? Calm down.
There was at least 1 or 2 occasions. The one that I definitely saw was when it was during a pin and then they both kind of bridge up.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could definitely see Jordan pulling Jazz's arms around her and then pulling her up. I was just like, yeah. And not to take anything away from Jazz, but it's like Jordan's really kind of pulling her along on that one.
Yeah, it was definitely a thing. Now, to be fair, Jazz is a mother of 2. And she's also been I think she's been a female corrections officer for a while now. So the idea that she's taking one too many shots from the snake, so to speak, isn't exactly out of the realm of possibility, man. Like,
Right.
I did private security, and that meant for me getting very aggressive with some people sometimes. But if she's a female corrections officer, she's doing it far more than I am. And I'm telling you, like, getting hip checked into a goddamn concrete wall ain't exactly a pleasant way to spend your day. So for all she's been through, 20-odd year career, she debuted in 1999, so this is her 22nd year. Definitely just one of those things where, like, you definitely, like, yeah, you've been doing this for 22 years. You got 2 kids and a lifetime of, beating ass and getting beat. I think you're doing fine, girl.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not asking you to do, Trish and Lita from 02 or 03, whenever it was, 04. I'm not asking for that. I'm not that fucking vindictive. Like, with different wrestlers comes different expectations for what a good match is. I thought this was a good match. It was a little sloppy at times. Jazz did look a little winded, and she looked a little uncoordinated. But also 22 years, 48, 2 kids, and a very physically enduring job. I thought she was great. And I think as a tag team wrestler, she's got some real she gets some realness to offer. Can't think of the right word, so I'm going with realness, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
there's something there as a tag team wrestler.
Right. Yeah, I get you. I think
it's the DH of wrestling. She's still got the power. She can still fucking hit it 400 feet. But you don't want her at first or second or third, and definitely not shortstop, because she's gonna miss every ball that comes to her, if she can get to it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I definitely don't. I feel like what the issue was is not either Jazz not knowing her limitations at this point, or Jordan not knowing those limitations and just kind of going as hard as she can. Like, there needed to be a little more conversation in that realm of what kind of match would have worked best. But I mean, as you said, it was sloppy, but it wasn't a terrible match. I thought it was fine.
I think that the thing that I think really hurt this was they tried to do a lot of nimbly bimbly shit.
They did. They really did.
And again, respect the hell out of Jazz. If she wants to hang around, definitely keep her. But why are you doing all the nimbly bimbly shit when you're 48?
Yeah. And again, as we've said this many times with many wrestlers, why is Jordan Grace doing the nimbly bimbly shit at all?
Yeah.
You don't need to.
Hopping around on nimbly bimbly. So I would have liked to seen this kind of go in a different direction.
Yeah.
Have them go kind of female strong style and just throw fucking clotheslines at each other's chest. Like, just fucking hoss fight it. They wanted to get cute, though, and that's what happens. Again, don't mind at all if she sticks around. But maybe no more nimbly bimbly. Speaking of the nimbly bimbly, Ace Austin defeated Blake Christian in the X-Cop tournament finals in a really good match.
Really good.
My big critique, though, is that fucking trophy looked like it cost $8.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have the fucking G1 34-story tall with a parking garage trophy. You can't do the I forget which one it is, but it's like that kind of It's like a ball in like a fucking chalice kind of thing with like prongs. I'm gonna see if I can't find it because that makes no fucking sense. I just described it.
No, it really doesn't. But I applaud your effort.
All right, like I'm doing my best here, Zachy. Like I'm awake now. I'm fully alert. The shadow people are only bothering me slightly. I don't see it. Maybe it wasn't a New Japan trophy. It's kind of like the Earth. Like you ever see one of those like pewter like wizard things? Like it's like some kind of like weird base, and then like it'll have like four kind of like prongs on the exterior side, but it wraps around the ball top. That's kind of the trophy I'm thinking of, but I can't seem to find it. I thought it was a New Japan trophy, but even then, these are some New Japan trophies, and like, notice the fucking difference.
Yeah.
Like, you can't sit here and tell me that these are the same as this fucking little dinky ass Sal's Auto Body and Repair fucking trophy. Like, no, I reject that. The fucking Kevin Nash Open Invitational Gauntlet Battle Royal for Bound for Glory was a better trophy than what fucking Ace Austin got. It's kind of insulting. Maybe it was an All Japan trophy. There's a giant fist trophy. Holy shit.
There is a giant fist trophy. Wow.
Oh my god, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's the Iron Fist something trophy. You looked at pro wrestling trophies too?
Yes. Let's see. I found one trophy. I don't know if this is what you're talking about. It has like the globe at the top, and above that there's the two guys wrestling. And then it's like at least 4 feet tall.
The globe would be, it's like that's the thing. Like that's the topper.
Ah.
Oh my god, you remember when they had that Crown Jewel Saudi Arabia trophy? Ugh. Maybe an All Japan trophy. Maybe it wasn't. It was like tiny, like not tiny, but it was small. I thought it was for. Maybe it was like a best of the Super Juniors, maybe. No, but it's the same height. World Tag League trophy? No, that ain't it. I think Kota Ibushi carried it around for a while. Ah, found it. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I know it exists now. There it is. Let's see, what is that?
Okay.
Junior heavyweights. Is it junior heavyweight trophy? I was wrong in the number of prong things, but the general gist of it is there.
Right. Yeah. It's not one of the giant tall trophies, but it looks like there's actually something to it. Not generic ass bowling trophy that the Super X Cup was.
I think that's an older trophy. I think that's why I can't find it. Because they changed it to like a fiery emblem bullshit.
Mm-hmm. The one that Okada had?
Yeah. Well, no, I think it was the one that, no. I'm gonna just look at what Kota Ibushi has won. But like, let's get out the idea of trophies for a second. Have you ever heard of the ADCC, the Abu Dhabi? It's a grappling tournament essentially. Yeah, I can't remember what it is,
not.
but they award pennants.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we do that? Like fucking, you don't need to do these danky ass fucking tin trophies that you found out of someone's garage. Like, come on, man. We don't need to be that guy.
No.
The G1 Climax trophy? No, that's not the G1 Climax trophy. What am I doing? I want to say it was the Super Juniors trophy of 2011. Or it's the New Japan Cup. I am on a mission, goddammit. I will not stop until I name this fucking trophy. What was it, the New Japan Cup? Nope, that's not it. It's that fucking crown one. God damn it. All right, we're coming back to this. Main event, Willie Mack, Moose. You need to cover this because I'm fucking zeroed in, man.
Willie Mack Moose I Quit match. Surprisingly enough, Willie Mack got in a lot more offense than I thought he would, and this match was fantastic. I loved it. Willie looked great. Moose looked great. End of the match comes. Moose, like the steel chair, as people always do, is like, I'm gonna end your career. Rich Swann comes out, begs him to stop, and says, "All right, you win. If you just, I will give you a title shot. Just back off." And Moose says, "Oh, well, fantastic. I quit. Bye."
Hell of a way to do it, though.
Hell of a way to do it. I like that ending.
Yeah, he squashed his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of painful to watch. Thankfully, I didn't need to endure it.
It was brutal.
Got to give it up for Mac. He put on a hell of a show, and Moose really got himself over, and that's kind of the way you got to go at times. So they are setting up obviously for the Moose Rich Swann of it all. Is this the time to put the belt on Moose?
I think so. I think Moose has. I think this is the best Moose that we've seen. He's definitely. I mean, the man's been on like a winning streak for like a year and a half at this point. He does not lose, and now he's just completely brutal and just tears people apart now. I think this is the time to get the belt on Moose. I mean, you've had plenty of opportunities to build him up to this point, and they've just kept bringing him back down again for whatever reason. But I think now is prime Moose time for the championship.
Prime Moose time. I like that. That's good. It's crime fighting time. Do. Cops. Do. Bam, bam, bam. Y'all are heathens, man. How do you not know the cult classic 80s fucking awesomeness that was Cops? Am I the only one that remembers the show?
Show?
It's called Cops. not the big one that everyone knows about.
Not the show that's all dash cam footage.
Yes. No. This was a cartoon called Cops.
I don't really know 80s cartoons.
Well, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Baller theme song. Speaking of baller theme song, I guess I just can't hit the next button, so I guess that's gonna be a thing. Hard to kill.
Hard to kill.
Hard to kill. Preview time for Hard to kill. If you say it real fast, it sounds interesting. Hard to kill. Chief, I had him. I had Hard to kill. I won't let him get away. Like I said, fucking baller. So, I'm still looking for this goddamn trophy. So, preview time, prediction time. Havoc and Navia versus Kira Hogan and Tasha Steelz for the rechristened Impact Knockout Tag Team Champions. Chips.
Kira Hogan and Tasha Steelz.
Yeah, I'm going to go that one as well. Kira Hogan deserves it.
Yeah.
And Havoc and Navia are pretty terrible.
Yeah.
The reunification, there it is, of Decay versus Tenille, something. Dashwood and Caleb with a K, an intergender tag team match. I don't think you reunite Decay and have them lose at this juncture.
Right?
So
yeah, got go with Decay. Was really digging it when Crazy Steve popped up on Impact. I was like,
literally,
I was like, okay,
literally
popped up.
Literally,
so good.
Literally and the Karate Man versus Ethan Page. I'm not predicting this because I don't give a fuck.
Nobody wins in this match.
It's gonna be some cinematic, terribly done bullshit that everyone's gonna jerk themselves off to, and I'm gonna be sitting here going, "Why?"
Ethan Page is so much better than this.
Is he?
I mean, I would have thought.
Like, this is his idea.
I mean, you are correct. I would have thought he was. I mean, talent-wise, I feel like he's better than this. Apparently, not when it comes to any ideas.
He is not better than this, because if he was, he wouldn't be doing this. And yet here we are doing this.
Here we are.
Here we are to save the day. Are you gonna give it a prediction?
I refuse.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you're still in my gimmick, but whatever. Eric Young. Actually, we'll go with these ones first. Deanna Prazo and Taya Valkyrie for the Knockouts title. I think Deanna retains. What about you?
I believe Deanna retains. She's just getting more and more people to help her cheat to win. Yay.
I mean, yeah. If she can find a fourth person, I would be very impressed.
Make like a 4 horseman stable.
4 horsemen are terrible.
Yeah.
4 horse people of things. Yeah. Manic versus Chris Bay versus Rohit in a Triple Threat X Division match. I think we're gonna see a return of Rohit as champion, considering TJP is super hardcore pro storming Capitol buildings.
Is it really?
Yeah, he's a fuck.
Mm.
Then again, we already knew he was a fuck, so you know.
Politics aside, I'm gonna go with Manic, just because. I don't know why they're still doing. I don't know why they came out when Manic first popped up and beat Rohit. Everyone was like, "That's absolutely TJP." we all know this to be TJP, and then they've backtracked and said, well, he might not be TJP.
But what if he's not? But he definitely is. But what? Oh, he is. We know this.
He's absolutely TJP.
He's got all the same tattoos, and no one wants to have those trashy ass tattoos besides him. So, like, pretty conclusive shit right there. Eventually, I'm gonna find this fucking trophy, man, and I'm gonna be so goddamn happy. Is it even a New Japan trophy? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Shut up.
Versus Cousin Jake, Rhino, and Tommy Dreamer in an old school rules 6-man tag team match.
Yep, there's that one. I think Eric Young, Diener, and Doran going over because they got to give the heels the big rub. What about you? Did I lose you? I think I lost Zach. Oh, Zachy boy, the Zacks are piping from Glen to Glen.
Well,
there you are.
There I am.
There you are. I knew if I serenaded you enough, you would return.
I am going with Diener to pick up the win on this one.
You're going with
for his
heels.
Team. Yep, going with the heels.
Fair enough.
Because why do this whole thing with Cody Diener and just have him lose right away?
I mean, I don't think they're going to do that. But I don't necessarily think they're going to have Diener get the win so much as I think they're going to have Diener do something to allow the win.
Yeah.
I very much see Eric Young getting the pin here, even though very much should be Doran getting the win here. But, I mean, what are you going to do? Then we got the main event and then the real main event. The real main event's the Barbed Wire Massacre. Eddie Edwards or Sam Callahan. Someone's going to die. Hopefully not.
Someone is going to die. Possibly two people are going to die.
Everyone's going to die. No one lives. I got Eddie Edwards going over, but this is going to be bloody.
I don't know. I think I might have Sammy Callahan going over on this one.
You don't say. Defender's position.
Is it? Am I the only one that wishes that this had a better build up to it?
No, I don't think. I don't think you're alone on that one.
I feel like there's just there's a lack of mentality to actually build toward a match anymore.
I think this is definitely them trying to play off the nostalgia of the rivalry and trying to supercut into it. But it could still be really good.
It probably will be.
I just want like the scene of Sammy being carted off, covered in blood, grabbing Eddie and going, "This will never be over." Because like I'd be fine with that. I mean, like, you know, whatever. Not going anywhere. That'd be fucking great. So that takes us to the main event. It's the Super Elite, Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus Rich Swann and the Motor City Machine Guns. Who do you have going over?
I would like it to be Swann and the Motor City Machine Guns, but they've been getting pretty much jobbed out this entire time. So I gotta go with the Reunited Bullet Club
Reunited and
because for
so
reasons.
Good. Reunited and I knew you would. So
I found it questionable real quick.
okay.
Just this past week on Impact, the main event. I found it questionable that Carl Anderson just completely dominated Rich Swann the entire time.
Okay.
Like, I don't get that. I don't understand. Like, granted, Carl Anderson, great worker. Not take anything away from the man, but Rich Swann is the Impact World Champion, and Carl Anderson, for the most part, for the past few years, has been mostly tag team wrestling. So there should be Swann having at least somewhat of an upper hand for a decent part of the match instead of just getting his ass kicked the entire time.
You raise a valid point. May I counter?
You may.
Who cares?
Fair.
Nothing you're saying is wrong. I think, in this specific case, I get it. In the general sense, though, I think like if you're a tag team champion, you should be seen on the level of the world champion. You know what I mean? But I get in this specific case, they did very little to get to this point, especially considering how long they kind of jobbed out the Good Brothers in that other company.
Yeah.
But I get it. I'm aware. Makes sense. The fuck is this trophy called? Still looking. I'm going with Swann and the Guns, though, because they've been doing some real fucking hardcore trashing on Impact in those tournament things. And not the tournament things, the commercial things.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that this is I definitely think this is going to go the way of the good guys. I think it's also going to set up a world title match as well.
Yeah, I would like it to go that way, just for the fact that, like as you said, AEW has basically just been shitting on Impact the whole time. Both Tony Khan and Kenny Omega. So, and even Don Callis, oddly enough. So it would be nice to get the quote unquote upset victory for Impact Wrestling, but we'll see.
I mean, it wouldn't suck.
It wouldn't suck.
That's for sure.
I'm right there with you.
All right. So that's this Saturday, 8 o'clock. Tune in. Anything else?
Not from me.
All right. We're finally done then.
Fucking tastic.
Right? I'm sorry I kept you up so late. Poser.
Gotta wake up in about 6 hours. So as much time to sleep as you got.
You're gonna get more time to sleep than I got. So look at that.
There you go.
All right. So
look at that.
For Zachary Tyler, Pew Pew Duncan, I'm Chad Porto. Be sure to check us out at realnerdcorp.com, REALNERDCORP.com. We're also on Twitch at twitch.tv/Wrestling Underground and on YouTube at youtube.com/The Wrestling Underground. You can find Zach on his personals at Instagram and DeviantArt at Radiance2020, RADIANCE2020.
There it is.
There it is. And you can find me on my personals at Chad Nerdcorp on Twitter, ChadNerdCorp, and on the Instagram at Chad's Photo Hut. You can also find us on Twitter at NERDCORP and on Instagram at Real Nerdcorp. And one more time on the website at RealNerdcorp.com, your one-stop shop for all things us. We're done. We're going home. High five to the Mooses and the Mises. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for giving us a chance. And as always, watch more wrestling. Thackeray, take us home.
Be careful when you're getting your coffee.